Today we will start with the post-modern India. In the earlier chapter, I have taught you the modern empire. And after the decline of the modern empire, what happened in India? It's also referred as post-modern India. The Mauryans, Ashokas, Bindusars, they have ruled over a vast territory of India. But after their decline, there emerged regional kingdoms in all over India. So first, we will study about the kingdoms of the north, then the kingdoms of the south. In the kingdoms of the north, the famous, after the decline of Mauryan Empire, Sung dynasty was established on the kingdom of Magad. That is the Sung dynasty. The founder of Sung dynasty was Pushyamat Sung. Interestingly, he was the commander-in-chief. Senapati tha, Mukhya Senapati. Commander-in-chief of the last Mauryan king, that is of Bhradatta. And he was Brahmin, he was not Kshatriya. Pushyamat Sung was the Brahmin and he was the commander-in-chief of the last Mauryan ruler, that is Bhradatta. And Pushyamat Sung, taking advantage of the weakness of the Bhradatta, he killed Bhradatta and captured the throne of Magad and established the Sung dynasty in 185 BC. In 185 BC. And this Sung dynasty ruled for 112 years. And the greatest ruler of Sung dynasty was none other than Pushyamat Sung. उस समय ग्रीक इन्वेजन भी हो रहा था. अगर हमें याद है तो Chanakya's aim was to oust the foreigners from the country. That's why he has went to the Nand ruler, but he was insulted. Then he took Chandragupta Maurya for this task. लेकिन ग्रीक्स का इन्वेजन जो अभी तक पूरी तरह से रिपर्स नहीं हुआ था, एंड पुष्यमित सुंग ने इस इन्वेशन को, ग्रीक्स इन्वेशन को पूरी तरह से रिपर्स कर दिया, पूरी तरह से खत्म कर दिया. और उसके अवज में, उस विजय के उपलक्ष्य में ही परफॉर्म द अश्वमेध सेक्रीफाइस. अश्वमेध ये बहुत अच्छा, मतलब एक बहुत प्रेस्टिजियस यज्ञ होता था. और उसमें आफ्टर द परफॉर्मेंस ऑफ दिस यज्ञ a horse was sacrificed, and this was known as the Ashmedh sacrifice. After his rule, his son, that is Agnimitra, succeeded him, and Agnimitra was the same hero of the Malvika Agnimitra. What was Malvika Agnimitra? Malvika Agnimitra was a literature written by Kalidas. Kalidas ने 8 लिटरेचर लिखी थी. उसमें एक लिटरेचर थी मालविका अग्निमित्र. मालविका अग्निमित्र का जो हीरो था, ही वॉज द सेम अग्निमित्र. अगर हम इसके सिग्निफिकेंस की बात की जाती है सुंग डायनेस्टी के, तो सुंग डायनेस्टी से अगर हम मौर्यन एम्पायर की बात करें तो मौर्य एम्पायर में द अशोका वाज इंक्लाइंड टू बुद्धिज्म और ब्राह्मणिज्म का थोड़ा बहुत डिक्लाइन हो गया था. बट पुष्यमित सुंग वाज ब्राह्मण, सो रिवाइवल ऑफ ब्राह्मणिज्म एंड द ग्रोइंग इंपॉर्टेंस ऑफ भागवत रिलीजन. सिग्निफिकेंस की बात की जाए तो रिवाइवल ऑफ ब्राह्मणिज्म प्लस भागवत रिलीजन. भागवत क्या है? दैट इज वापस से जो विष्णु और शिव की जो पॉपुलरिटी थी, वापस से वो है पॉपुलर होने लग गई. एंड आर्ट वाज आल्सो गॉट इम्पोर्टेंस. आर्ट एंड आर्किटेक्चर also got importance. अगर हमें याद हो स्तूप, सांची स्तूप, only the boundary, the bricks wall was constructed by the Ashokas. उसके बाद it was completed by the Sung ruler. और अगर लिटरेचर की बात की जाए तो पंतांजलि was the great grammarian, was contemporary of Pushyamit. पंतांजलि जो था ग्रेट ग्रामर था, उसने ग्रामर की बुक लिखी थी, दैट इज महाभाष्य. wrote Mahabhashya. After the Sung ruler, we will study about the castes. Khans, and this dynasty was founded by Vasudev. इसमें बस ये है कि this dynasty was founded by Vasudev, who overthrew the Sung dynasty. Sung dynasty decline के बाद Khan's dynasty was formed, and it was founded by Vasudev. And Vasudev and the Khan's dynasty were also the Brahmins. The important king of this dynasty was Karvel, King Karvel. अब इसमें क्या हुआ था? The most important change was Karvel was the follower of Jainism. Earlier they were the follower of Bhagavad religion, but Karvel was the follower of Jainism. So अब Jainism का भी बहुत ज़्यादा popularity होने लग गई, and he was the most greatest king of Khans. He also took the title Chakravartin. After the Khans, we comes of the Satvahans. Important is Satvahans. The Satvahans emerged in the 1st century BC in the northern Deccan from Nasik. कब हुआ था इनका उदय? 1st century BC. कहाँ हुआ था? northern Deccan में. From Nasik. And the other name of Satvahans were, they were also known as Andhras. And the greatest ruler of the Satvahan dynasty was Gautamiputra Satkarni. Gautamiputra Satkarni. And they were inclined to Buddhism, so that's why they were established a number of Buddhist monasteries. What were Buddhist monasteries? That is the living place for the Buddhist saint. Buddhist monasteries. Buddhist temples were also established, known as Chaityas. Chaityas. Buddhist temples known as Chaityas. And the Buddhist monasteries mean a place to live Buddhist saints. Buddhist monastery called Vihars. And Jain temples. Jain temples were also erected. The famous cave temple at Karel near Pune were erected during the time of Satvahans. Now comes on the kingdoms of the south. That is 100 to 400 AD. The three kingdoms like Cholas, Pandya and Cheras. They were very important among the kingdoms of the south. अगर पहले की बात अगर बाद में भी की जाए तो ये Cholas, Pandyas, Cheras, Rajputas, they were all important. They were constantly at war with each other. The famous kingdoms of the south were Cholas, Pandyas, Cheras, Rajputas, Gujar Pratihars, Pals, Chalukyas, Chahamans, and various others. They have their capital also, like Rajputas, capital at Malekhet, Choras at Thanjavur, Pandyas at Madurai, Pals at Bengal, Chalukyas, Eastern Chalukyas, Western Chalukyas. Western Chalukyas is Badami, Eastern Chalukyas at Vengi, Chahamans at Delhi and Ajmer. These were the few capitals of the kingdoms of the south. And the important were Cholas, Pandyas, Cheras, Pals, Chalukyas, and they were constantly at war with each other, basically to extend the kingdoms and at the other time to suppress the other one. And the chief bone of contention was Kannauj. These powers wanted to acquire the throne of Kannauj, and due to the throne of Kannauj, due to the kingdom of Kannauj, the Cholas, for the throne of Kannauj, Pals, Rajputas and Gujar Pratihars were constantly at war. बाकी जैसे चोलास है, पांड्यास है, ये सब भी आपस में कहीं न कहीं कभी न कभी फाइट करते रहते थे. and this weakened the unity of India also. And the foreign invasion, the foreign power took advantage of the weakness of the disunity of the India, and they constantly attacked India. And the foreign invasion, the Bactrians, also known as Indo-Greeks, Sakas, Parthians, they attacked Kushans, they attacked India and took advantage of the disunity of Indians. And in this, about the Kingdom of the South, we have the most important source of information, that is the Sangam literature. It was written period about 400 years, that is from 1st to 4th century AD. And ये संगम लिटरेचर क्या है? ये एक तरह से जो पोइट्स है, लर्नेड पीपल है, उनका एक तरह से संगम हुआ था, उनकी सभा हुई थी इन द कैपिटल ऑफ पांड्या किंग्स, एंड द कैपिटल ऑफ पांड्या किंग्स इज मदुराई, एंड दे प्रेजेंटेड देयर पोएम्स इन द असेंबली, एंड देन ऑल पोएम्स अप्रूव्ड इन दिस असेंबली वर कंपाइल्ड इन द बुक फॉर्म. और ये कहा जाता है कि बुक्स जो थी, देयर वर 3 सच बुक्स, 3 बुक्स थी, इसमें 2 हैव बीन लॉस्ट, सिर्फ 8 बुक्स बची है. और ये जो कलेक्शन था, इट डील्स विद स्पिरिचुअल मैटर्स कि लाइफ, व्हाट इज लाइफ, व्हाट इज लाइफ आफ्टर डेथ, व्हाट विल बी द लाइफ, व्हाट इज सोल, दिस ऑल, एंड अबाउट द इकोनॉमिक कंडीशन, सोशल कंडीशन, रिलीजियस कंडीशन, पॉलिटिकल कंडीशन, वो सब भी डिटेल में है. और किंगडम्स ऑफ द साउथ लाइक चेरास, चोलास, पांड्यास, इन सब के बारे में हमें इस संगम लिटरेचर के थ्रू पता पड़ता है. They describe the life of the people, names of rulers, 3 kingdoms, and the important poem of this literature is Patu Patu. And there was one Tamil saint, that is Kural. Kural wrote through Vilivar. It deals with philosophy and is considered as a sacred book in South. Sangam literature क्या है? It was the assembly of the poets, in the capital of the Pandyas, that is capital is Madurai. And in this, these poems were compiled in 3 books. 2 books have been lost, 2 lost, only 1 reached us, and it deals with the spiritual matters and about the life of the people, their about the economic, social, religious, political condition, mainly of 3 kingdoms, that is Cheras, Cholas and Pandyas. And in this, the most important poem is Patu Patu, P-A-T-T-U, Patu, P-A-T-T-U, Patu Puttu. And one Tamil saint, that is Kural, wrote Velivar. This is also very famous. This was assembled in the 3rd assembly. So it deals with the philosophy. So these were the important kingdoms of the south and of the north. And in the south, Sangam literature is important. About important poems, Patuput, important Tamil saint was Kural, and he wrote Vilivar. It deals with the philosophy. Kural, Kural, Tiruvilivar. Now after that, we have completed the Mauryans and the post-Mauryan, and after that the most important kingdom was the Gupta Empire. We will read about this in the next chapter.